Here is my brief for the RSA Student Design Awards based on the future we choose. The RSA are a 260-year-old organization, and they have hosted this design award competition since 1924. They also help to work to come up with solutions to social issues and build a better future. The Future We Choose is a book by Costa Rican diplomat Cristina Figueres, who she has lots of experience with environmental policy. This book is a very interesting look into like what may happen if we take action for climate change versus what will happen if we don't take action to stop climate change, and how these next 10 years are pivotal. The medium that I decided to use was political animation, and I think that this will really help get the message of the book and what she's trying to say across. Political animation and cartoons have a long history and have been often used in newspapers and magazines to really kind of help bring a message to the public in a very visual way. Some popular modern examples of political animators are Steve Cutts, who often animates videos that are shared on social media, and the Pulitzer Prize winning Mark Flore, who often does a lot of like animation based around American politics. Climate change is a very hot topic within the kind of political cartoons and political animation sphere. We have a lot of young next generation climate change activists, which often inspire these creators, like Greta Thunberg and Holly Gilbert. Um, so this shows that there are like many types of people who are trying to tackle this from all different perspectives. Some people are a bit more skeptical on like the concept of climate change, and others are like, other political animation takes a kind of very catastrophic view of what will happen if we don't make urgent changes. This range of different political animations and political art cartoons really helps to kind of make this massive topic a lot more easy to digest. I wanted to create this animation based on a quote from the book, which is about 1 minute, and it's kind of relating to how the Earth could improve if we really think about how we're going to make it better by working together to stop climate change. For the overall style of the animation, I wanted to go for like kind of a simple vector style. I wanted to be very clean and kind of convey this idea in like a simple way. I wanted to make sure that I included the red and blue circles, which are kind of like the two earths on the cover of the book, because this is a very kind of iconic imagery which is related to this work overall. And I also wanted to make sure that this animation would appeal to my target demographics. I wanted to make sure this animation was appropriate to show in corporate settings. The average user of my product, I was thinking about who would probably most benefit from this message, and I was thinking really people who are like kind of maybe like approaching middle age. My kind of average user is 39-year-old woman. She has like a child who is about 10 years old, or like, kind of the later years of primary school. And she works as kind of like a mid-level manager. She's kind of concerned about climate change, but she is looking for something that could possibly be shared in like work group chats or something that she can share in the office to other people that she knows. She has kind of a master's degree that's in a business field. She is health conscious and she can be a bit of a workaholic. She does mostly work from home, but she can take it to the office when needed. She lives in a city and she is married. I decided my target platform would be Facebook, mainly because it's kind of easier to share videos to friends. It's the most used social media site for my target demographic, and it has good like methods of communication and feedback. So how does my demographic look like on my target social media site? So my demographic is the third largest overall demographic on the platform, and 77% of people ages 30 to 49 use Facebook. They may have children that they have discussed climate change with and are kind of concerned for their future. Teenagers are also using Facebook less than the previous generation. They're more using like sites like TikTok or YouTube or Instagram. Um, they're also kind of aware of climate change, but they may not be quite as clued up as like the younger generation. I was thinking of some concepts for initial development, and I decided to kind of come up with a kind of color palette, which could be the kind of key colors used in this animation. This featured just both like the blue and the red of the planets, and also some kind of complementary colors to go with this. I was thinking kind of bright, saturated colors. I also did some concept sketches of what I might want the final animation to look like. So I kind of thought about what the characters would look like, what the backgrounds would look like, and I kind of based this um, on like the storyboard that I created. I took inspiration from this to create the storyboard. And I decided to also do like a short planet animation with the two circles, the red and the blue circles colliding to kind of represent the front cover of the book. And I thought this would be a good way to and provide an intro to the animation. Here is a kind of first draft of the storyboard that I made. So this is definitely something that I would want to develop further for the final animation. But I kind of put in some different scenes and like made sure to kind of put in some different characters and some transitions. So I think that overall this helps to get the message across for the final animation. Um, for my kind of taking this concept further, I'm really thinking about getting more feedback from kind of my target demographic, maybe providing like a test animation for them to view or like provide an animatic so that I could provide feedback that I can work on to when I'm creating the final product. And I really want to make sure I'm creating an effective and thought-provoking final product. I think this project fits into the industry well because it stands out from other political animations by possibly presenting maybe a more positive view on things. I think this style of animation with the vectors is very similar to a lot of kind of educational and corporate videos, as it looks quite clean and appealing, and it's also quite it's less time consuming to create than frame by frame. I took some inspiration from other vector based animations. This included a video by Gazant, which was kind of a video about is it too late to stop climate change, which was touched on a lot of topics that I wanted to kind of cover with my animation. And another key one was also the animation blend, more for like this, it's smooth and simple animation style, which I want to try and emulate. I also was interested in kind of the design of the nature vector scenes in an animation on YouTube called Entropy. So I kind of took some inspiration from these different examples of animation and really want to try and convey these ideas into my final product. Thank you for listening.